throughout the venue and are easily identified by the emergency exit sign. Please take a moment to locate your nearest emergency exit. For everyone's safety, please keep the pathways and aisles clear at all times. In the event of an emergency, the alarm will be triggered and the warning light will flash. Please stay calm and wait for further instructions. If evacuation is required, an announcement will be made. Please move to the nearest emergency exit. Do not use the lifts. Follow the instructions given by our team members. And follow the emergency exit signs until you are outside the building, where you will be directed to the assembly point. The assembly point is located in the KLCC Park, where you will receive further instructions. Should you require any first aid assistance, please approach our team members. Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre is a non-smoking venue, and smoking is not permitted at any time in any part of the venue. We wish you a good day and an engaging experience today.
Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Ahmad Badri Muhammad Zahir, Chairman RHB Bank Berhad, members of the Board of Directors RHB Bank Berhad, Yang Berbahagia Datuk Muhammad Rashid Muhammad, Group Managing Director and Group Chief Executive Officer RHB Bank Berhad, members of the senior management, respected shareholders, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning, selamat pagi to all of you, and welcome to the 60th Annual General Meeting of RHB Bank Berhad. Before we proceed, just one gentle housekeeping reminder. I would like to seek your kind assistance to ensure your mobile devices are kept on silent mode. I will just give everyone a couple of seconds to do that. I've been told we've got a couple of minutes to do that. So we've got a little bit more time before we start. I think we've all settled down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a gathering like this is best commenced by seeking a higher blessing. I therefore invite Ustaz Ryan to recite the dua.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولوالدينا وارحمهم كما ربونا صغارا. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, kami memohon keberkatan-Mu, limpahan rahmat dan petunjuk-Mu dalam setiap langkah kami pada majlis Annual Grand Meeting RHB Bank Berhad kali ke-60 ini. Ya Allah, terimalah setiap usaha kami, jadikanlah pertemuan ini sebagai satu titik permulaan untuk setiap langkah positif yang membawa manfaat kepada organisasi kami serta seluruh warga kerja RHB. Ya Allah, kami memohon agar setiap perbincangan yang berlangsung membawa kepada keputusan yang bijaksana, memberi manfaat yang besar kepada seluruh pihak serta memperkukuhkan hubungan sesama kami. Ya Allah, jadikanlah setiap usaha kami sebagai amal yang diterima di sisi-Mu. Kurniakanlah kami kemampuan untuk mencapai kecemerlangan dalam setiap bidang yang kami ceburi. Ya Allah, anugerahkanlah kami kejayaan, ketenangan dalam menjalankan tugas dan kesihatan yang baik agar kami dapat terus berkhidmat dengan penuh dedikasi dan komitmen. Ya Allah, kami mohon agar setiap langkah yang kami ambil diberkati dan diberikan petunjuk. Jauhkanlah kami daripada segala perkara yang tidak mendatangkan kebaikan. Jadikanlah kami umat yang sentiasa diberkati dengan ilmu yang bermanfaat dan amal yang diterima. Ya Allah, kami memohon kepadamu agar setiap pertemuan ini membuka peluang untuk kami meningkatkan kerjasama dan kekuatan di kalangan kami. Kurniakanlah kepada semua kemampuan untuk bersatu padu dalam usaha membina kejayaan bersama. Jadikanlah majlis ini sebagai medan untuk kami mencapai visi dan misi yang lebih besar dan berikanlah kami kekuatan untuk menghadapi segala cabaran yang mendatang dengan penuh kesabaran dan keikhlasan. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqana min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma ولا تجعل اللهم فينا ولا معنا ولا من يتبعنا شقيا ولا مطرودا ولا محروما ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Terima kasih Ustaz Ryan. To our shareholders who have just entered the ballroom, we'd like to kindly request that you put your phones on silent mode. Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to hand the proceedings over to Yang Bahagia Tan Sri Ahmad Badri Mohammad Zahir, Chairman of RHB Bank Berhad. Tan Sri.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning. A warm welcome to all shareholders and proxies attending the 60th Annual General Meeting of RHB Bank Berhad today. And I'm Ahmad Badri Mohammad Zahir, Chairman of the Board of Directors of RHB Bank. It gives me a great pleasure to meet all of you in person again today. This AGM is convened physically at and broadcasted from Ballroom 2, Level 3, East Wing, Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, and is simultaneously broadcasted via the remote participation in electronic voting, or in short we call it RPEV facilities. It is also our intention to continue leveraging current technological advancement to enhance remote access for our shareholders ensuring that such participation is carried out in an efficient and cost-effective manner. As such, for this AGM, we have shareholders and proxies who are present physically at this venue and present virtually via the RPEV facilities. This hybrid AGM is convened in accordance with Section 327 of the Companies Act 2016, which stipulates that the chairman shall be at the main venue of the AGM, and Clause 50 of the company's constitution, which allowed the AGM to be held at more than one venue, using any instantaneous telecommunication devices that enable shareholders to participate in the AGM. The conduct of this AGM is in line with the guidance note on the conduct of general meeting for listed issuer issued by Security Commission Malaysia, as well as paragraph 8.27a of the Bursa Security Main Market Listing Requirement, whereby listed issuer must hold a general meeting at a physical venue in Malaysia and concurrently utilize virtual meeting technology to allow shareholders to participate remotely. Before we proceed further, may I invite the Company Secretary, Encik Azman Shah, to confirm whether a quorum is present for today's AGM.
Thank you, Tan Sri. Tan Sri, members of the board, shareholders and proxies of RHB Bank. Pursuant to Clause 56 of the company's constitution, 2 members present in person or by proxy or corporate rep shall constitute a quorum for the general meeting. As at 9:50 a.m., we have approximately 1,400 registered attendees, virtual as well as physical. Therefore, I'm pleased to inform that based on the confirmation, the requisite quorum is present in accordance with the company's constitution. That's right.
Thank you, Azman. As the Company Secretary has confirmed that we have the requisite quorum, I hereby declare this AGM duly constituted. Please allow me to introduce the board members of RHB Bank who are present today. And on my right, first is Bahagia Datuk Muhammad Rashid Muhammad, the Group Managing Director. Next to him is Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Ong Leong Huat, followed by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ian John Low and Puan Nazira Abdul Rashid. And on my left, first is Encik Azman Shah, the Group Chief Legal and Governance Officer and also Group Company Secretary. Next to him is Ms. Ong Aileen, the Senior Independent Non-Executive Director, followed by Yang Berbahagia Datuk Muhammad Nasir Abdul Latif and Mr. Donald Joshua Jagannathan. Joining us virtually are Puan Hijah Arifah Osman and Mr. Lim Cheng Teck. And also joining us physically at this venue are representatives of Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers. Before we proceed with the agenda for the meeting, I would like to call upon for your attention to kindly ensure that all your mobile devices be switched off or put on silent mode throughout the AGM, just to ensure a smooth and uninterrupted proceeding thereof. Allow me to brief you on the flow of the Q&A session. After presenting the company's financial performance highlight, the Group MD will address questions from PMB and individual shareholders that were received prior to this AGM. We note that no questions have been received from the Minority Shareholders Watch Group for this AGM. Thereafter, we will alternate between addressing questions raised by shareholders and proxies who are physically present at this venue and questions submitted remotely by the shareholders and proxies who have joined via the RPEV facilities. We will subsequently reopen the floor to shareholders and proxies attending in person at this venue to provide a further opportunity to raise questions before finally concluding the Q&A session. And to ensure a fair and inclusive Q&A session, we request your patience and kind understanding as we proceed accordingly. Ladies and gentlemen, the notice of the 60th AGM dated 7 April 2026 was announced to Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad and subsequently circulated to you via registered email or postal addresses, as well as published in a local newspaper. And this was done over and above the required statutory notice period in line with the governance best practices. If there is no objection, I hereby propose that the notice be taken as read. Can one of the shareholders or proxies second the motion, please? Thank you. And I now declare that the notice of the 60th AGM be taken as read. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to paragraph 8.29A of the main market listing requirement of Bursa Malaysia Security Berhad, RHB Bank, being a listed issuer, must ensure that the voting on each resolution set out in the notice of this AGM is conducted by way of polling. Hence, in this regard, I hereby exercise my right as the chairman of the meeting in accordance with the clause 60 of the company's constitution to demand that a poll be taken on all the resolutions be put to vote at this AGM. The company has appointed Boardroom Share Registrar Sdn Berhad as the pool administrator to conduct the polling process, and Deloitte Malaysia Assurance Sdn Berhad as independent scrutineers to verify and validate the poll result. With that, we shall proceed with the video presentation by the pool administrator on the pool voting process for everyone's benefit.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for participating in today's meeting and voting procedure. The poll administrator for today's voting is boardroom share registrars, and representatives from the scrutineers will also be present to monitor the polling process. As this is a hybrid meeting, voting will be conducted via an online platform that allows both physical and virtual attendees to cast their votes using their own smartphones or tablets, or at designated polling kiosks if you are unable to use your personal device. Physical attendees should scan the QR code provided on their instruction slip, while virtual attendees may access the meeting and voting platform via the link sent to their registered email. Enter the 12-digit meeting ID shown on your screen to join the meeting. Review and accept the terms and conditions. Log in using your username and password as shown on your instruction slip. To vote, navigate to the voting tab on the left side of the screen, or at the bottom of the screen if you are using a smartphone. The resolutions and voting choices will be displayed. Select your voting direction from the options shown on the screen, for or against. A confirmation message will appear once your vote is received. If you wish to cancel your vote, please press cancel. To change your vote, simply select another direction. If you are unable to use your smartphone or tablet to vote, you may proceed to the polling kiosk area to cast your vote. Present your personalized voting instruction slip with a QR code which has been issued to you during registration. At the polling kiosk, please scan the QR code on your voting slip. Your details, the resolutions, and the voting choices will be displayed on the screen. Select your voting direction from the options shown on the screen, for or against. If you wish to cancel your vote, please press Clear All. And to change your vote, simply select another direction. Once you have selected your voting direction, please click Next. Your voting summary will appear and press the Submit button to submit your votes. A confirmation message will appear to show your vote has been received. Kindly proceed to the voting kiosk as per the chairman announcement. If you require assistance, for physical attendees you may approach any usher station throughout the venue, while virtual attendees can contact the boardroom help desk at 0378904700 or email us at bsr.helpdesk@boardroomlimited.com. Thank you and have a pleasant day.
Before proceeding with today's agenda, I would like to invite Datuk Muhammad Rashid to present the group financial performance highlight.
Thank you. Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri. Very good morning. Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera to all chairman, board members, my colleague who are present here today, and also shareholders, most importantly. And today, I'm glad to share that I'm here to present the 2025 financial result. To start with, let me make sure that I got it right. Okay, it's not on here. Okay, all right. Okay, so 2025 has been a very good year for all of us in RHB. As you can see that we delivered a robust 2025 result with 8.8 billion in total income. That is a growth of 5%. That's mainly coming from both net fund-based income and also non-fund-based income, which grew 4% and 6% respectively. Asset quality improving. I think this is how we measure asset quality, obviously from the gross impaired loan perspective. Our gross impaired loan, in short GIL, improved to 1.41, 6 basis point down from the year before. Our credit costs due to that also reduced to 13 basis point, reduced by 9 basis point. Because of that, our net profit, we recorded or delivered a record net profit for 2025 at 3.4 billion. In terms of when we compare ourselves to industry, I think industry grew about slightly. We are leading in the industry. I think we grew 8%. Return on equity, I think we also improve our return on equity from 10.04 the year before to 10.5. And of course, doing all this, I think what's important is also to preserve our strong fundamental with a CET1 at 15.2%. For you shareholders, I think delivering increased shareholders returns are key. I think that's also one of our main objectives, creating long-term shareholders value via capital gain and higher dividends. We paid, I'm sure that by now you have received the dividend. We paid the highest ever dividend at 65% of our total profit. At 6.5% dividend yield, that's ranked among the top dividend yield stock in the KLCI index. Our dividend per share increased to 50 cents, higher by 7 cents compared to 43 cents the year before. Share price has appreciated as well by 19% in 2025 against the top, among the top gainers in Bursa KL. We achieved 1 year total shareholders return of 26.7%. That is highest among the top 6 banks in Malaysia. Of course, that will not, we will not be able to achieve that without a strategic initiative and agenda. I'm sure that you're all aware that we have introduced our Progress 27 3-year strategy roadmap last year in March 2025. Okay, to us at RHB, what's important is the clarity of the strategy. I hope by now you know where we are heading, and you know three main objectives of RHB Progress 27, and we curated 8 specific programs that run under that strategy, Progress 27. One of them is, of course, is cost optimization. I think cost optimization, we achieved 158 million in the first year of Progress 27 via various initiatives. And last year, also, we are also pleased to share with you, we entered into a new and improved banca assurance agreement, which finalized in August 2025. From customer experience perspective, that we keep on emphasizing on delivering excellent customer experience. We are improving and will continue to improve. I think we are able to achieve our net promoter score. I think this is where people rated us, improved by 28 points and placing it firmly in second place. Of course, we will not stop there. I think we will try to aim to become the first in the industry. And of course, from the digital footprint, I hope all of you, our customers, you experience our involvement in our mobile banking. I think there's a lot of things that we have done, a lot of improvement we have done from many of our touch points, especially digital. I'm also pleased to share with you. Due to that, I think we were awarded the best e-payment bank by PayNet last year. I think this is a recognition that I must give it to the team, that I think a lot of hard work is being done, a lot of initiative has been put in place before we get recognized at the national level. Key highlights for the financial performance in 2025. I've shared with you earlier, our total income grew by 5%. I think we were at 8.6, we were in 2024, and we delivered 8.8 in 2025. You look at the composition of net fund-based and net non-fund-based income, it grew in tandem as well. Then of course, in 2024, I think there was one-off a mark-to-market gain that we have reflected. So if we were to normalize that, our growth is as per what you see on the graph. Our net interest margin rebounded sharply. You see a downtrend from 191 to 188. That's also obviously because of there was an OPR cut during that period by 25 basis points. But we rebounded back to 190 and we closed at 188 for the full year in 2025. So what helps as well in managing the reduction in OPR is the fact that we received 1.3 billion banca assurance upfront fee that allow us to reduce our borrowing in the market. And we continuously repricing the deposit to reflect the market situation and environment. We're not paying that we pay low. I'm sure that some of you place money with us. We pay fair rates to all our customers in the industry. Of course, obviously, when there's a rate cut, we have to reflect that as well. Similarly, from our loan perspective as well. I'm not sure whether you're aware, there's also a stat reserve requirement lowered by Vanguard that helps us at the bank because we now have to put less money that earns zero interest with Banagara. Our net fund-based income up 4% year on year. If you look at the non-fund-based income up by 6%, I think what's important is that from the fee income perspective, I think we see growth in the investment bank and banca assurance that mainly contributed to our non-fund-based income. And of course, partly offset last year, there's less activity. I'm talking about 2025. There's a reduction in industry-wide brokerage fees. I think that's also impacted us. How we normalize this? Treasury income up by 9%, excluding, like I mentioned earlier, the one-off PE revaluation gain, our 168 million in 2024, and a loss of 50 million in 2025. So this position is subject to mark-to-market that we have in our book. From the outlook perspective, of course, not taking into consideration what's happening now, we still believe that overall income growth last year was driven mainly by banca assurance, and continuously this will continue this year. And what's also important, focusing, if you look at our Progress 27, focusing on wealth sales, wealth management, that also have shown a lot of growth momentum, and we believe that will continue this year. And our transaction banking has also, from the payment proposition perspective, has also assisted us in making sure that we have a better non-interest income. And in the Progress 27 as well, where we said that we want to grow asset, we want to grow loan, I think a specific segment that we like to grow, because this is where we did perhaps maybe less as compared to our competitors in the market. Cost is key. Us at RHB, I think me and with my management team, we believe that, not so much of cutting costs, but I think managing it and casting all the wastages that we have in the bank. So that's very key. So cost growth contained. If we look at the cost growth, only 3%, I think it's unavoidable. I think we have to reflect many lines of cost incremental. If you can see down there, the composition, but the personnel cost only increased by 2%. Establishment costs. What's important is actually we are also progressing very well in IT spending. I think we spend about higher by 11% in 2025. I think this is part and parcel of us improving the way we serve our customers from digital point of view. Of course, from the IT and digital transformation, we have a budget of 800 million to 1 billion that we need to spend over the period of 3 years. So what does this entail? What are we doing on this? Okay, of course, the key is our customers. We want to enhance our service to our customers, improve whatever channel that we can do, or provide a better kind of customer journey that our customers would be having. So again, like I said, if you are a bank of our customers, I really hope that you have experienced a better service from many angles, from all channel that we have. So be our customer, so you can experience that, and then you can help us to grow as a shareholders as well. Advanced AI and automation, that's something that we cannot live with. There's a lot of automation and AI that have been introduced in the market. So it's more of us positioning ourselves where we want to where do you want to bring the bank to from the AI and also technology perspective. We improve system resiliency, operational efficiency. I think these are the part of the initiative that we do under Progress 27 to make sure that system resiliency improve and operational efficiency is key. So I don't want people to wait. We don't want people to wait many days before they get the loan drawdown. I think, of course, we have the process that we need to go through before things get approved and things get disbursed. But the reality is that each of these process can be expedited, and we obviously can help technology and AI to assist us in doing all those processes. Of course, a key thing you have heard a lot on cybersecurity, fraud and scam. I think continuously we're going to strengthen this, so we make sure that our customers are dealing with or using our product, our channel in a very secure and safe environment. Cost optimization program, I mentioned to you, we optimized this by delivering 158 million of saving in 2025. We have a target of delivering 800 million in the next 3 years. You can imagine that cumulatively, this is a cost that you're going to save every year. The first year may be less, the second and third year, it could be higher. Process re-engineering, I mentioned to you, I think we are doing a lot of end-to-end journey. Bear with us, we have started this about 2 years ago. We have improved some processes. We are continuously doing. So at RHB, customer feedbacks are very key. We heard customer, we improve based on customer feedback. So especially negative feedback. I think you asked me, I think at RHB now, we felt that negative feedback is a good feedback for us to improve further. And the reason why customer give us negative feedback because they care. If they don't care, they will not give us a negative feedback. So we take it as a gift from the customers if they give us negative feedback. So through that, I think process re-engineering, improvement in process, end-to-end customer journey is being looked at and addressed. We also have implemented a new procurement strategies, I think, to make sure that we get the best service, best cost, and optimal cost from our vendors as well. That's, I think, we have done that quite aggressively. So you look at the headcount optimization. Naturally, there are areas that we need to improve, there are areas that we can automate. So naturally, also people, we have the opportunity to look at some processes that no longer needed in the bank. So you can see that from 2023, 24, 25, I think there's a saving in terms of headcount position in RHB. From the loan growth perspective and how we fund our asset, I mean, you can see that for 2025, we grew 5% year on year, domestic and also overseas. That's delivered by all the strategic business group within the bank. The wholesale banking especially grew 13%, and followed by group community banking, which is retail, 7%, and corporate bank group GCBB group corporate bank and business banking by 5%, and also, of course, group international business is by 1%. We achieved above industry loan growth for 2025. If you look at domestic, RHB delivered 6%, industry grew 5%, retail banking, mortgage, and also auto finance, all of those line of business product, I think we did better than industry. I think this is clearly a proposition or initiative that we have run via one of the program under Progress 27 in terms of growing the domestic asset and growing it at the right segment and the right businesses. So that helps us in terms of maintaining or improving our NIM for 2025 and 2026. Overall, SME loan was flattish. I think we were focusing more, last year we were focusing more on middle market. This is in between the commercial corporate and also SME. So, but of course, we are not neglecting the SME. I think this is our key. If you look at the Progress 27 in terms of growing loan, SME is a segment that we really want to grow. So we have reorganized ourselves so that we are in a better shape in delivering our Progress 27. How we fund this asset? Okay, this key. I think perhaps maybe some may come from all of you. I think our CASA composition mix has also improved. We have looked at CASA growth by 12% in 2020 from 2024 to 2025. Our CASA mix is key. I think we used to be hovering between 27, 28. I think in 2025 we delivered about 30% of our total deposit composition is in CASA. Loan deposit ratio, this one we manage it. We manage this on a very dynamic kind of management, where LDR now is at 99. LCR, which is more important than LDR. People now look at LCR more than LDR. That LCR also remain sufficiently strong at 137%, above the regulatory minimum threshold of 100. Outlook, I mentioned this, we are prioritizing the right segment of business that we want to grow. Of course, not forgetting that we need to be in a safe and asset quality is very key to us. Maintaining lower GIL, improving the GIL is also key. And also, we are working last year also what contributed to the lower GIL and lower overall NPL is also because of recoveries. I think we put a lot of emphasis on recoveries as well. CASA is key, given every bank said that they want to grow CASA, but I think at RHB, selectively, we have some small, okay, I cannot say it's small. It's no longer small now because it's contributed quite a lot in the bank. There's a various channel that position us differently as compared to the other bank. So we may not be the biggest bank in town. We are also not the smallest bank in town. But the reality is that when we go out there and position ourselves, we know where do we want to get the CASA from. I mean, I'll share with you more. I mean, the My Seesaw project, if you don't know, is something that RHB has an exclusive arrangement with the Ministry of Higher Education that all students, all 20 public university students in Malaysia is now RHB customers. So they carry their metric card, they carry RHB debit card as their metric cards. So you can't run away from looking, and if any of your children, nephew, nieces, grandchildren are in university, in public universities in Malaysia, their metric card is actually RHB debit card. So that's how we get a better CASA composition for the last 2 years. And MM2H is another key area that we're looking at. There's a lot of MM2H initiative that I think we are also benefiting. This is from overseas. And not sure if you are having our multi-currency account. If you don't, you better get one. I think it's one of the best multi-currency proposition in Malaysia now. Of course, people compare us with Wise, with Big Pay, but I think ours is different. We pay interest on the deposit that you place, even if it's on CASA. So that gives us a very unique proposition. I'll share with you more in a bit. In terms of asset quality, like I mentioned to you, consistently we are looking at this. We are focusing on improving our asset quality from year to year, and look at the full of 2025. We managed to bring our GIL from 1.47 to 1.41. Thanks to the team as well. I think we collectively focus on growing quality asset and also improving in the way we do our recovery. This in terms of ensuring that the domestic, if you look at, because we don't have because 141 is plus international, but if you look at domestic GIL, we were at 1.2 as compared to industry at 1.37. We are better than industry, but of course the aim is to even improve further this year. So we take into consideration what's happening in the environment market now, but at the end of the day, I think we need to act fast. We need to be in front of our customer faster than the rest of the bank. We also need to assist our customers. I think at RHB, if you are one of our SME customers, I'm sure that you have been approached by us, by our salespeople or by our RM to ensure that if the assistance needed, I think we are there for you. So I'm sure that my team have done that. We have deployed close to 2,000 offers to all the SMEs who we believe will be affected by the current war environment. But this is an upfront offer for you from a loan modification perspective. We allow a reduction in your monthly installment. So that will continue. In terms of expected credit losses, so we improve from 525 million in 2024 to 322. This is at the back of what I mentioned earlier, good quality asset that we book in, and also extended recovery activities that we have done the last couple of years. So target GIL, like I said, we are not going to stop there. We're going to improve further. Our target GIL is between 1.35 to 1.4% for 2026. And our credit costs would be, because the 2 basis point credit cost in Q4 2025 is mainly because of the recoveries. So naturally, I think this will go slightly higher. So for this year, we are guiding the market. Our credit cost will be hovering between 13 to 14 basis points. Okay. Yes, I think the last couple of years, we have been blessed with the support of all of you. And of course, support from the board members and also management team and also regulators were able to achieve what you see here. I think for 1 year, total shareholders return, we stood at 26.7. I believe this is the highest among the top Malaysian bank. We recorded price to book value of 1, indicating a fair stock valuation, price to book is 1 now, slightly over 1 now. Foreign shareholding also climbed to 20.9% from 17.6% December last year. We see a lot of interest in our foreign investors as well on our name. And if you look at how, because we monitor this quite closely, we look at how analysts view us. I think the outlook is very positive. Out of 10 analysts, there's 10 analysts who did a buy call on us. 6 analysts did a hold call, and we don't have any analysts that did a sell call on RHB. So average target price, okay, I'm not suggesting, but this is what the analyst is giving us, is about 9.06 ringgit. Dividend-wise, I think many years, every year, this has been a common question that asked. So we will continuously pay the right amount of dividend. You see our dividend payout ratio has been increasing from 2021. And we are now, like last year, I think we gave full cash dividend at 65% payout ratio. And also our dividend yield on cash basis is 6.5%. So we, at the financial year end result announcement, we at RHB also have moved our dividend guidance. Our dividend guidance before was at 30%. We move it to 50 to 60%. So that was enhanced from the previous dividend guidance that we have shared with all the shareholders as well. Okay, so a bit of Progress 27 that we have shared, or we have presented, we have published in March 2025. You see the strategic objective of the Progress 27, the 3-year program, is all about, number one, we want to be the best service bank in town. We know there's a lot of improvement needs to be done. We have improved quite substantially, but we will continuously look at ways to improve the way we serve our customers. High profitability is key. I think we need to make sure that, that's the reason why we are here, why you guys are here. We want to make sure with our size, we are fairly delivering the right value of profitability to all the shareholders. I think the key is also we need to be responsible and purposeful. I mean, look at the Progress 27 for 2025. This is what we have achieved. So customer satisfaction, of course, it came down from 80 to 75, from 85 to 75. But in the year of currently, I think our CSAT, or customer satisfaction survey, has so gone up to 81. I think there was a transition whereby we introduced a new features, new look and feel of our mobile banking that bring the moment our customers are familiar with our mobile banking, that help us in terms of getting back to where we are now. There's also, I mentioned about the CASA ratio. I think CASA ratio is 30.6. I think thanks to my team who basically work on the MySiswa from the RHB Islamic perspective, and also the group community banking delivering on their multi-currency account and their MM2H also program. Our NIM at 1.88, I mentioned to you earlier, is seeing a growth trend in MIN by us managing the cost and also increasing the revenue. Our loan growth 6.2. Our credit costs, I think I've mentioned this, and our net fund-based income, this is non-interest income, also composition has improved to 31.4%. And I think from sustainability perspective, I'm sure that you are aware that I think we have a target of delivering 90 billion sustainable financial services by 2027. Glad and pleased to share with you, as at December 2025, we have delivered 67% of that. And we also, as a responsible institution, I think we also need to do our part in terms of empowering individuals and micro SMEs. So for as at 2025, we have empowered about 1.5 million individual and businesses, small businesses. This is cumulative, but I think this, again, does not stop there. I think our aim to deliver 2.5 million by 2027. And you look at what we're going to achieve, what is our aim this year? Of course, from best in service perspective, in 2027, we target to become number one. So how we want to become number one? I think this is, again, feedback, customer experience, all our touch points are very key. We are collecting all those feedback, and we have a 24 hours kind of feedback that you can give, and every single of you who deal with us are able to give us feedback on real-time basis. I really hope that, please provide your feedback so that we can become better. So that is why we can deliver this. I don't think we can deliver all of this without a good customer experience. Support from customers are key, and support from shareholders are key. For shareholders who are not our customers, please become our customers. And high profitability, I think this year, we are targeting ROE of 10.8 to 11%. Continuously, we need to improve our ROE. That is how we work towards providing a fair kind of distribution to all of our shareholders. And I think we're continuously doing our ESG or sustainability agenda. If you look at why we achieve all this and how we have achieved all this on target ROE, cost-income ratio. Our cost-income ratio was slightly higher, but we are targeting it to be lower this year. Like I said, cost optimization is a cumulative kind of number. The first year it could be less, but then there's a spillover effect in the second and third year. So we were quite confident to deliver the 800 million by 2027. And gross impact loan, like I said, if you go to the right segment, do the right business, I think that will help us in terms of maintaining our asset quality. Okay, this is something that this is a bit of marketing. I hope you guys can become our customers after this. I asked my team to share this because this is how we have progressed, how this bring us to the level that we are today. Our multi-currency account, if you don't have one, please get one. I think it's one of the best. It's not, thank you. Yeah, I know that some shareholders have one. Please have one, if not, have two. And please help us to get your family and friends to be on this our multi-currency platform. We have 34 currencies. It's super convenient. If you travel overseas now, even to China, you can use our multi-currency account. So I'm sure that all my board members have experienced that. Whenever that I see customers, friend, family, this has been a differentiated product proposition that we have launched it in 2017. And it has grown so far until now. I believe that it's very difficult for other banks to catch us up on this. Okay, these are the key great proposition that we have. So our MCA balances in 2025 grew by 5.4%. We were at 8.7 billion. I think as at 2025, we grew to 9.2 billion. And advancing financial inclusion, this is key. I mean, if you don't know now, I've just shared with you, we are the one bank that has onboarded close to 1 million customers. Who is our customers? Our students in the 20 public universities. We don't stop there. We now have added non-public universities as well, and even polytechnics and soon to be polytechnics and other vocational schools as well. So you can't run from saying RHB everywhere. The student will carry their metric cards, and that metric card is a dual card, their university card and also RHB debit card. So this is a great, I must give it to my RHB Islamic team, a great proposition that put us again a differentiated proposition as to how we win, how we get how we grew our CASA. So you see that CASA we have 936,000 students, and every year there's about 150 to 180 students will be onboarded as our customers. And it's very important for the student to have their first account, and this proposition help us in terms of maintaining or them to have the first account with RHB, and this will continue. And we are also engaging the graduates who have graduated as to what are the propositions that we have for them. Our CASA from MySiswa, this is what I said, grew by 25.1% to 545 million. This helped in terms of reducing our cost of funding. Okay, yeah, not many, the third one, not many people go to the branch anymore, but we take into consideration that there are still in some areas of the country, in a small area, urban area and rural area, there are still banking activities. So we make a point because we become more efficient. I mean, I've given it to my team that came up with this idea, and we got the Bank Negara approval, came up with the idea of, if we can complete our work earlier because of automation and digitalization, why don't we extend our banking hours? We are the first bank, the only bank now, has a extended banking hours from 4:15 to 5 p.m. So now you know that if you are a customer of RHB, you can do banking from 4:15 onwards up to 5. And we are the only bank. Again, this one I have to give it to the team. Thank you. Our spending on focusing on e-payments are key. This is why I give it to the team in the wholesale banking and transaction banking, who has basically demonstrated the best or the most effective ways on servicing our customers from the payment perspective. So this recognition is not something that come easily. I think this recognition came from the truly hard work and our dedication and our customer journeys as well, customer feedback. I think that's why in 2025 we were awarded as a best e-payments bank. So again, we cannot stop there. Every year we need to be the best. So because of that also, I think continuously there's new ideas, new proposition will come. Because in RHB, me and my team, so we look at how we differentiate ourselves among our competitors. Because we sell the same product, we serve the same customers, we cover the same industry. So how do you make it different before we can get our customers to come to choose RHB? So those are the 4 that I would like to share with you. And in terms of sustainability, we are equally responsible. I think I mentioned about the 90 billion that we have a target by 2027. So you look at the composition of the 60 billion that we have achieved. We have green activities of 57%, social activities of 18%, and ESG-linked activities of 25%. And in terms of achieving carbon neutrality by 2030 and net zero by 2050, I'm pleased to share with you, I think, reduction of the finance emission in 5 high-impact sectors with our business. I think we have achieved more than what we targeted, but this has to continue. I think we need to make sure that we have sufficient area to focus for our customers as well, in terms of making sure together we can achieve what we want to target. I think empowering to 5 million, I mentioned earlier. I think this is many programs that we have run continuously. That is our obligation as well. So we have empowered 1.5 million. I think that will not stop. We'll continuously doing this. And in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion, I'm pleased also to share with you we have achieved close to 40% women's representation in our top and senior management. Before, there's a lot of complaint. They say that, the women is only at the lower level. Now, no. 40% of our top and senior management are women. So, but there's still 60% of us men. Thank you. Okay, this is again, like I said, if you are not our customers of ours, please sign up. Try us, give us feedback. I think we have redefined how our customers interact with us. Online banking customers of ours increased to 3.5 million by 17%. Our digital user penetration has also improved. We are at 90.7. Now we are at 99.8%. only like small customers of ours are not using our digital channel. And we also have improved our digital transaction, new mobile banking apps. If you have our apps, I think we are the first bank that come with a widget. This widget is the small, if you have your iPhone, that will first come up on the first page, and you can easily connect it to mobile banking by pressing the widget, and it will straight bring you to the mobile banking of RHB. And I think we integrated multi-currency account. Again, experience of multi-currency conversion. If you have a conversion, can be done efficiently through our mobile banking, seamlessly, and it's easy for you to convert to any 34 currency that you have. So the beauty about the multi-currency account, you don't have to have many accounts. You only need to have one account, ringgit, and of course multi-currency. So we are going to continuously looking at this. We have enhanced our digital onboarding. If you go to the branch, I think the way our staff addressing or attending the customers are mostly digital. So that's key. I think that's why we are able to extend our banking hours by 45 minutes more. We have introduced some advanced voice AI solution in our processes. We are continuously doing analytics and AI, spending on those areas so that we can become better. And fraud prevention is very key, and secure onboarding is expected out of all of us. So I'm going to leave you with the market outlook for 2026. This is again looking at the current environment at early stage of the year, first quarter, and maybe up to now. We still believe that Malaysia economic growth is to remain resilient, and this is again amid global uncertainties. Clearly, I think what's underpinned that is actually our domestic demand and continued strength in our E&E export. We internally forecast our GDP, Malaysia GDP, to be at 4.7% this year. Market sentiments remains to be a function of geopolitical development. We continuously monitoring this. We update. I think we work closely with central bank as well. I think my team engage regularly with central bank as to where the development is going, how will that be impacting our customers. Inflation, we see inflation to remain lower at 1.8%. I think this is also at the back of fuel subsidies that will help to mitigate the pass-through from high global oil prices. OPR, we believe OPR will stay at 2.75 with monetary policy remain data dependent, and I think continuously updating the situation and how would be impacting our customers at large, especially from the asset quality perspective, are key. For banks, I think our outlook is that it points to the steady demand across the retail lending, SME financing, and also corporate banking. This is again if we forecast a growth of 4.7, is a decent kind of growth. So this comes with this kind of economic activities. And nevertheless, like I said, we remain cautious and vigilant over potential asset quality. That's why we want to be proactive. Like I mentioned to you earlier, we have approached many customers of ours who need assistance, or the assistance is there. If you want to take it, there's a ready offer for you. So for those customers of ours who are out there who need assistance, you can engage any one of our RMs and our salespeople. And lastly, Malaysia ringgit is expected to remain supportive in 2026. This is again underpinned by solid domestic fundamentals and broadly dollar negative external environment as investors continue to diversify away from the US dollar. Thank you for your kind attention, Chairman and board members. I believe that's the end of my presentation, and please bear with us. We will address the question after this. Thank you, and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Yang Bahagia Dato'. The company received several questions from the institutional shareholders and individual shareholders prior to this meeting, to this AGM. This question has been duly responded to, and I now invite once again Dr. Muhammad Rashid to highlight the question received earlier, together with the corresponding responses before we proceed with the live Q&A session.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri. These are some of the questions that we have received earlier prior to the AGM. These questions are mainly from PNB and some other shareholders. So I'm going to run through those questions and with the answers. I think we're also going to flash this on the screen so that you are able to see that as well. So I'm going to start with the first question. This is a question that we received from PNB. So the first question is PNB wanted us to disclose, it's not up there, disclose the total shareholders' return of RHB Bank for the past 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years. Well, this is something that I really want to be up there so that shareholders are aware what is our TSR. So, yes. So as at 31st December 2025, our total shareholders' return for 1 year period is 26.7%. If you go beyond that, 3 years, it will be at 63.2%, and 5 years at 97.4%. How we achieve this? If you look at the first year, it reflects the fair value of achievement of one-time price to book value of RHB, as well as I believe it's also partly because the dividend that we pay out, the dividend that we pay, the dividend that we paid in 2025. While 3 year and 5 year TSR were boosted by compounding dividend and significant share price appreciation from a lower valuation base. This is underscoring RHB resilient earning growth. So the second question that we received from PNB is about Progress 27. I think I've shared with you some of the Progress 27 program. That's the second question, please. Question was among the 8 program, like I mentioned, that we have 3 main strategic objectives with 8 program running to achieve our KPI of Progress 27. So the question is where or which does the board consider as most impactful in driving improvement in ROE, and what is the expected scale of its contribution to profitability? The group ROE improvement is driven by combined impact. So I believe that to answer this question specifically, there's no one single program of the 8 that are able to bring us to the ROE that I've just shared with you. These programs are designed to work together. They are not independent, they are interdependent across key financial drivers of the group, including balance sheet, such as loans and CASA. I think that's 2 separate programs, fee income expansion, and also cost efficiency. So if you look at all the programs that we put up, it's mainly from loan growth perspective, CASA growth, wealth management, fees, cost optimization, new client coverage model that we have introduced, international business outside Malaysia, sustainability, and IT and technology. Those are 8 programs that allow us to bring to where we are now. So like I said, if you ask me to single out, I believe I can speak for the board members as well. There's no single program that be able to deliver the higher ROE without the complete 8 program that we have shared on Progress 27. Okay, on the cost optimization, I think I've shared with you earlier. I think this is also a question from PNB. We achieved 158 million and compared to 800 million cumulative cost saving target under Progress 7. Okay, what is RHB's specific cost target cost saving target for 2026. Okay, you see we did 158 in 2025. Cumulatively, I think we want to achieve 800 million by 2027. So a rough number that I can share with you is for 2026 will be in the range of 300 to 350 million. That is cumulative before we achieve total 800 by 2027. Of course, we missed our cost-income ratio target in 2025, but with the cost optimization escalation and managing it efficiently, we were quite confident that we should be able to look at 44.8% by 2027. Okay, I have done this. Okay, in terms of question 4, international business, what is RHB target for international business contribution to group PBT by 2027? And which geographies are ahead or behind plan, including the key factors that drive these variances? So the group has previously shared aspiration. I believe that has been shared with all of you as well, that the contribution from its international footprint, we have a target that we want to achieve. While the overall direction remain unchanged, we have 5 countries outside Malaysia, present in 5 countries, but performance across market has been very uneven. I mean, look at the recovery, even from COVID period, certain countries within ASEAN recover slower than us. So this reflect the difference in rate cycle and local operating condition. In terms of contribution, Singapore remains our key international market. Across the broader international footprint, we'll continue to prioritize our market and segment where we have clear strategic relevance and can deliver sustainable return. While we typically do not disclose individual country level performance, but these are monitored closely internally by us and also incorporated in our annual business plan. Question 5 is more on digital transformation and technology. Question is that for board to provide an overview on how digital and technology investment under Progress 27 are expected to support our customer experience improvement and cost discipline, and how are these initiatives being sequenced to deliver sustainable result over time. Okay, digital and technology investments support the strategy by making banking simpler. I mentioned to you in my presentation earlier, simpler, faster, and more relevant to customers, while also building a more scalable operating model over time. I think that's key. I think make it simple, faster, and more scalable are very key focus of digital and technology. The focus again is still we want to improve the customer journey. You know, we want to improve digital adoption. You can see that has been improving, and using data more effectively to engage customer at the right moment. So this is very key. We need to understand the customer better so that we know what you want, what you need at the right time, at the right place. So from a cost perspective, digitalization can support more efficient servicing by reducing manual effort and enabling more scalable channels. However, of course, the full cost benefit still depends on related process improvement, straight-through processing, and operating model changes across the group. These initiatives are being progressed in parallel with value expected to build over time as adoption increases. Journey mature and automation become more embedded. I think that's the ultimate. That's a question from PMB, and now I bring you to those questions that we received earlier prior to this AGM by our retail shareholders. First question is that asking us as to, this is from Mr. Chung Kian Hian, can you list out of the top 5 sectors of RHB loan portfolio, of which sector is the most profitable for RHB? There's 2 questions here. I think in terms of the 5 sector that the top 5 sectors of RHB loan portfolio, as per what you have seen there, finance, insurance, real estate and business services, wholesale and retail trade, and restaurant and hotel, manufacturing, construction, and also education and health. These are the 5 main sectors. And the top 5 profitable sectors, I think all of them are profitable, otherwise we won't be doing business. But the top 5 of the profitable sectors are property development, construction, wholesale and retail trade, utilities and energy supply, and waste management and remedial activities. Question 2 from Chong Kian Hian. How would the Iran conflict impact the RHB performance in 2026? Overall impact, like I shared with you, as to how we see the GDP is going to progress in 2026, is likely to be manageable under the base case scenario, with potential downside only if the conflict become prolonged, because at RHB, we don't look at the point of time, we look at how long this high oil prices are going to stay. I think that could have an impact to all the high energy usage industry in the market. And also above 120 is key. I think we are monitoring this per barrel, oil prices per barrel may result in additional provisioning. But I think, like I said, earlier engagement, proactive engagement with our customers are very key. So we have a strong capital. I think Malaysia banks, across all the bank, we have a stable funding mix, and very domestic-centric loan book should allow us to weather this headwind. Question 3 from Chew Hon Moon. 1 year after the public launch, the Boost Bank loan-to-deposit ratio improved to a healthier level. This is the question. Furthermore, can the board confirm if any of the capital injection from RHB were required in 2025 or are planned for 2026 to support its foundational phase losses? Okay, in 2025, Boost Bank loan-to-deposit ratio improved as leading activity scale following its initial public launch in June 2024. During the year, RHB has subscribed for an additional 34 million ordinary shares, and I must say that this is planned in Boost Bank to fund the foundational phase and working capital environment. As end 2025, RHB held a total of 144.8 million ordinary shares, that represent 40% of the shareholding, and further capitalization will be considered in 2026 and beyond as required to support the bank's Boost Bank continued growth. But again, I would like to emphasize the fact that this is all planned from the very beginning. A similar question on from Ting Jin N. With Boost Bank now operational, how is the parent bank risk framework monitoring contagion risk? Specifically, if the digital bank faces higher than expected credit losses in its underserved niche, what are the predefined firewalls in place to ensure the group's overall capital and credit ratings remain unaffected? RHB has an oversight mechanism in place to monitor the key risks at the Boost Bank, which include regular reporting predefined indicators, including credit loss ratio, to ensure any emerging risk factors are managed at an early stage. If you are also aware, Boost Bank is an associate company to RHB. They have their own, with their own standalone capital and balance sheet. Our exposure is limited to equity investment, with financial impact reflected through equity accounting rather than consolidated capital or asset. And Boost Bank performance is reflected at RHB via 40% share of earnings and losses, which would not have any material impact to the overall group performance. I think in terms of dividend question, more of what we have announced, we have improved our dividend payout ratio guidance to 50 to 60. 2025, you've seen us paying or declaring higher than 60, which is 65 cents. Since 65's payout for 2025 is higher, the question is that should shareholders view 65% as the new normal for years with strong result, or is the board intentionally being conservative with the official 50 to 60%? Let me share with you, the higher dividend of 65% in 2025 was supported by our strong and consistent underlying performance. That's one. And also, like what I've shared with you, there's also a one-off additional income from banca assurance in 2025 that's allowed us to pay slightly higher than what we guided as in 2024. We continue, the aim is to continue providing consistent return to shareholders. The group has increased our dividend, I mentioned that, dividend payout ratio to 50 to 60%. And again, it boils down to performance, regulatory requirements, and also capital needed to grow our business. It's always balancing between growing businesses and also rewarding our shareholders. So these are the why I think we are guiding the market with 50 to 60% kind of dividend payout ratio. Will the board management consider DRP? DRP is there. I think we have this implemented back in 2022, back in 2022, that's right. But for now, I think there's no plan to consider DRP at this juncture, given that our capital position remain healthy. This is question 7 by Chew Hon Moon. Industry analysts consider 15.2% CET to be robust and potentially overcapitalized, given that holding excess capital dilute ROE, and the board why hasn't the board considered more active capital management plan? It's not that we don't have a capital management plan. We do have a capital management plan. Our capital management plan is very dynamic. I think the key thing is actually being disciplined in terms of deploying the need for capital. So I think our CET1 ratio at 15.2% remain broadly in line with industry, and our prudent approach to the capital management. The strong capital position, this provides us a buffer to support business growth. That's very key. I think we need to grow business as well to generate revenue and absorb any potential stress and these unknown uncertainties and navigate the current, again, uncertain external environment. Like I said, I think the board has not considered implementing more or other capital measures. Plan is there, dynamic plan, continuously reviewing and looking at if we have access from the regulatory, from the business perspective. I think that's where anchor to how we decide on how we propose to what kind of dividend payout that we will pay. But given the trajectory of us the last 5 years, that's why we are quite confident 50 to 60% guidance is fair. Again, CET1, I think from 16, this is our ratio moderated, 15% in 2025 from 16.4. While still robust, the bank also increases total dividend payout to 50 cents. What is the board internal floor for CET1 ratio before you could consider DRP or reducing the 65% ratio to protect against global economic shocks? This came from Ting Jen N. Okay, the 15% remain broadly in line with industry. I mentioned that earlier. Capital position also provide buffer for us to grow business. We have the group capital ratio are monitored against our internal capital target or ICT target, which incorporates minimum regulatory requirements, capital buffers as prescribed by Bank Negara. The ICT is being reviewed regularly. Like I said, we present and share this with the board on a yearly basis so that it remains relevant and aligned with group strategic direction. The higher dividend payout ratio, I mentioned that is consistent to underlying and also because of the one-off. I think I can skip this. This is continuation. The next question is on the financial performance by Chew Hon Moon. 2025, our non-interest income slipped by 2.1% due to lower net gain on foreign exchange and derivative. How will 1.6 billion in excess fees be recognized over the 20 years? Can the board provide a target for how much this partnership will contribute to NOI growth in 2026 specifically? Out of the 1.6 billion of the banca assurance deal, 75% of the total banca assurance, banca takaful fees will be recognized over the period of 20 years. We are not able to recognize it one go. It's spread over the 20 years. Then of course, and the remaining will be recognized over the 3 years. So there will be a spillover effect. I mean, the first year has been the highest, second and third year. We'll see a bit of upliftment, but not saying that it's going to be like as to what we have recognized in 2025. But banca fee contributed to about 4% to the total NOII for 2025, and the fee recognition only started in Q3 2025. Question on GIR ratio improved 1 to 1.41 in 2025. However, Progress 27 goal is ambitious to bring it to the lower of 1.3% or lower. And to what extent is this improvement driven the actual recovery versus technical write-off? Okay, GIR ratio improvements stem from our robust loan growth of 5.4% in 2025. And outpaced our gross impact loan growth of 1.5%. There's a couple of things that we have achieved, but mainly it's from tighter underwriting criteria. I'm not saying that we stop giving out loan. I think we want to bring the good quality loan to the bank, and improvement were also driven by recoveries as opposed to write-off. We do more recoveries. In 2025, our bad debt recoveries increased by 9.5% year on year, while our written off contracted by 10.3%. The group and the bank has made management overlays to address potential deterioration in credit risk across large corporate, retail, SMEs and overseas portfolio. In determining the management overlay, we evaluate a range of possible outcomes by considering many, like past event, current condition, and also trend, as well as forward-looking economy outlooks. The application of the structured management overlay is subject to the robust review and governance process to ensure adequacy of our expected credit losses. Question 11, more on strategy from Chiu Hon Man. ROE improved to 10.5 but remains below 2027 target of 12%. Similarly, cost to income ratio also remain higher as compared to 44.8%, our target. Given that these targets were missed in the previous cycle, what specific needle-moving initiative in 2026 will ensure the bank does not miss this target for second consecutive strategic cycle? So RHB, we believe that we remain on track to deliver ROE and CR target by 2027. For ROE, RHB has consistently improving our performance over the last few years, improving to 10.5 in 2025 from 10.04 and 9.5 in 2023. So the trajectory or the trend help us in terms of, we know with a clear strategy that we have in place and executable kind of program that we have put in place, 8 program. Inshallah, I think with God willing, I think we would be able to achieve our ROE target. And we are targeting for this year, we are targeting ROE of 10.8 to 11%. Again, this is where we are saying that we are accelerating our fee-based income, limit cost growth to 4%, and also prioritize loan growth in higher yielding segment and sustain healthy CASA ratio at 30%. From Chiu Hon Man again, shareholders 59 pointed out RHB did not offer direct FD placement. Thanks again for the feedback. Can management provide an update? With the revamp of our new mobile banking launch since April 2025, the term deposit user journey was also redesignated to be more simplified, straightforward, to address the common feedback from our customers. I really hope you guys have experienced that. I think we have improved since the last that we spoke a year ago. We have seen then observe a shift of FD placement via digital channels, surpassing over the counter ratio at 65-35. Again, the same shareholder. While the loss in Thailand narrowed in 2025, the group risk report still identified asset quality in Cambodia, Thailand, and as an elevated concern. To what extent that Thailand operation being synergized, and is the board considering more radical restructuring if asset quality does not stabilize by the end of 2026? Thailand and Cambodia, besides Singapore, remain the key. Okay, Singapore, I think, is the area out from Malaysia that we want to focus more, and Thailand and Cambodia remain the key watch point from an impact loan perspective. Our approach remains market-specific with tighter origination standard, active remediation, and also selective growth. Thailand is not being managed in isolation, I think that's for sure. It's already formed part of the group broader regional platform, particularly in treasury, FX, and also cross-border transactional services. So there's already a degree of synergy between domestic and regional office. Whatever that we can hub to HQ, I think we have done that. Some processes we have done, we have bring it to HQ. And with regard to the question of restructuring, I think the board remain pragmatic and disciplined in protecting shareholders' value, and there is no plan to restructure Thailand operation at this juncture. Last year, I think you outlined 500 cost takeout. I believe I've answered this. I may need to skip. Okay, yeah. I think the 129 structural savings are derived mainly from cost reduction and related to FTE, full-time employees reduction, medical, IT, and also branch optimization, pardon me. Question 15 from Chu Honman again. I think 2025 report showed a decline on mobile banking. I mentioned this, 81% to 75%. Now we are back at 81%. This is, of course, due to transition. Next question. Is there any limit to the amount of other benefits of the board? What percentage does other board benefit is in comparison to the allowances salary earned? Do the non-exec board members enjoy all these other benefits too? And does any shares, the shares allocated to the board is based on what? And okay, the answer, this is a bit long, but let me just, I think it's important for us to share so that you guys understand. From non-executive director, the remuneration structure comprises three main components: fixed fees, meeting attendance allowance, and benefits. There is no prescribed percentage limits on other benefits set for our non-executive directors, nor is there a fixed proportion relative to fees and allowances. Nevertheless, there is a ceiling and maximum amount of total remuneration, which include other benefit to the board members as well, of which is payable to the non-executive directors, and this amount is approved by shareholders via specific resolution on annual basis at the AGM. Furthermore, the board nominating and the remuneration committee, BNRC, is guided by RHB remuneration framework and policy when proposing the main benefit and other benefit as part of the whole remuneration package for the directors. This include ensuring the directors are remunerated fairly. I think they also do their work, so they need to be remunerated fairly, which commensurate with their roles and responsibility aligned with the market practice. We always do this, benchmark ourselves. Otherwise, nobody wants to join RHB. At the board members. So we make sure that we align, we are paying as per the market. Non-executive directors are entitled to the set of any the benefits in accordance with the applicable terms as per their letter of appointment up until they have resigned and no longer hold any directorship within the group. At the moment, shares are not allocated to NED, as part of the remuneration package in order to avoid potential conflict of interest and to preserve the independence of the board. Currently, only executive director like me and selected senior officers are entitled to the approved employee, that's why it's employee share grant scheme, which is provided under talent retention scheme on performance management basis. Question 17, this is I think this question is from Ms. Wai Sin Chan has been appointed as a proxy of Asia Research and Engagement, a mission-driven organization that collaborates with the institutional investors to accelerate the energy transition. This is very key to us. I think I got my Chief Sustainability Officer here. If you need more details, you can see him afterwards. This is in relation to the economy, and many RHB clients are affected. Like I said, we are progressively addressing or engaging with our customers. As the Middle Eastern crisis create energy price shocks as well as supply risks for industry and consumers. Developing Southeast Asia region, Southeast Asian economies have been hit hard as they viewed gas as a transition fuel, have scaled up gas and have assisted to scale renewables. Solar and wind with battery and grids investment are now usually cheaper, more secure and cleaner. So the question is that would RHB articulate for us to articulate how RHB on the wholesale side is positioned to support the country through this short-term energy shock, accelerate effort to create retail and lending products to allow rapid household investment, such as rooftop solar and home batteries. And we believe, okay, let me see. So we believe this can reduce RHB risk and its investment. I think we are keen to continue engagement. This is key. Please engage with us and how we can work together. I think I will make sure, Angus, we touch base with the shareholders, as a proxy, to see how then we can position ourselves better together. Okay, again, thanks for the note and sharing your perspective. On the wholesale side, RHB support clients through current energy cost challenges while enabling our customers' transitions toward cleaner and more diversified energy sources over time. In the short term, we are working closely with our clients, particularly SMEs, on energy-intensive sectors to manage elevated energy costs. In response to the current energy price volatility and aligned with the government-led relief initiative, we proactively identify customers most exposed to energy price shock and support them to access to programs such as Stabilization Relief Fund, RSF, as well as through restructuring and rescheduling of existing facilities where appropriate. On long term, our approach to anchor to sustainable transition finance framework, if you notice that we have launched this in January this year, to not only scale clean renewable energy, but to also unlock transition finance to drive energy transformation and embed more diverse and sustainable energy sources over time. Complementing our wholesale effort in the retail space as well, I think we are also supporting the transition of the household through customer financing solution. Jeff, our group community banking, and the team are also engaging retail customers on rooftop solar financing, green home mortgages, EVs. This is to help accelerate broader adoption of clean energy. Our ESG deposit further serve as a key value differentiator, enabling us to develop a more efficient and integrated sustainable finance ecosystem. Overall, our focus is on supporting a practical and orderly transition, balancing near-term resilience with long-term sustainability, energy security. This is a common question that I have asked, so I hope you bear with me. I think our aim here is to deliver good dividend to all of you, help us to be able to make more money, and of course that continues our main agenda. But unfortunately, we have decided that there will be no door gift policy. Sorry, I have to upset you, but we provided vouchers for you. I believe that's all that question that we have received, Tan Sri. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reto. Dear shareholders and proxies, we shall now proceed with the Q&A session of this AGM. To ensure orderly conduct of this meeting, we will first address questions raised by shareholders and proxies who are physically present at this venue, followed by questions submitted remotely by shareholders and proxies who have joined via RPEV facilities. Thereafter, we once again open the floor to shareholders and proxies attending in person at this venue to address any further question before we finally conclude the Q&A session. I wish to lay down some ground rules for the proper conduct of this session to ensure a smooth and orderly meeting. This rule must be observed at all times by shareholders and proxies who are physically present at this venue. Firstly, please introduce yourself by stating your name before posing your question for our record purposes, and kindly also declare whether you are shareholders or proxy. Secondly, please be clear and concise when posing your question and ensure that all questions are relevant to the agenda or resolution of this meeting. Thirdly, any form of unbecoming behavior during the AGM will not be entertained and tolerated. And lastly, please do not interrupt other shareholders' proxies during Q&A session. The Q&A session may now begin.
Yeah, thank you, Yang Berhad Tan Sri. Maybe we will start with the question from the floor, and allow me, if you may, I will take 3-4 questions and then answer that accordingly. Can I get the first question from the floor, please?
Good morning, Board of Directors. I'm Samuel Lau, shareholder. I have only one question. Can you give us your revenue instead of total income in the annual report? Revenue has been missing for many years. We need revenue as a layman. We need revenue as the common denominator for many financial ratios. Thank you.
Okay. You want total revenue? I will share with you shortly, but I will explain to you what we meant by income. Actually, okay, maybe I take the second question first, and I'll come back to you shortly. Next question, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Rabin. I'm a shareholder. I just wanted to comment that it was a very brilliant presentation. I think your slide is less impressive than Maybank, but overall it's very good. I think
is it because of the color?
Yeah, their layout is very good. Maybe they use AI, but
thank you.
I think Maybank just moved to Menara. I think it's one of the strategies to make sure that they are ESG compliant, smart building, etc. So, RHB, are there any plans to move their HQ, which they have been there for quite some time? Yeah, that's the only question here. Thanks.
Thank you. Maybe, yeah, the next question. Yeah.
My name is Kelvin. I'm shareholder. I would like to ask, for the RHB Bank, the scan QR, right? Do you guys will make QR for when making payment instead of scanning QR? Because Maybank, the app, they scan the QR and then they have the QR to let the vendor scan to make payment. Because that one thing miss, sometimes customer they forget to bring the card, so they can use the app to make payment. That is more convenience. Okay. Thank you.
Maybe I take one more question before I address. Yep, please.
Good morning, Chairman and Board. My name is Nicholas. I'm a proxy behalf of my family member. So from the presentation slides, right, I noticed that the dividend payout ratio has increased to 65%, with the guidance of 50 to 60% going forward. Could you please share that how sustainable the high payout is, especially under the circumstance of potential economic uncertainties and market turnover, such as the recently Iran conflict?
Okay.
Yeah, that's all from
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you.
So perhaps, Tan Sri, maybe I address all the 4 questions first. I think in the first question, you were asking about the revenue, but income is revenue. Income is revenue. When you look at our total income, is total income that we generated, the non-interest income, and also net interest income. Net interest income is coming from the loan activities, our asset. That is net interest income. That's revenue before we took on the cost. Then our non-interest income is actually based on the fee-based activities that we do. Sometimes we provide an advisory services, we get non-interest income. We make profit from trading, it's non-interest income. So net interest income, non-interest income is our total interest income, which is so equal to revenue. Thank you. Moving to, I love my building. Sorry. I love Tun Razak. And you know what? Sorry, joke a bit to the board members. The best about being there at Jalan Tun Razak, you get the best view. You get the RSGC view, and you also get now TRX view. So I think, okay, sorry, this is, I'm just, yeah, correct. Yeah. What we have done, if you look at our sustainability agenda, we are also looking at how we can improve our carbon footprint at our existing building. I know our building is old, but we are doing our level best as to how we can improve the carbon footprint within that building. We have introduced quite a lot. Number one, I think wherever that we can put the solar panel, that has been put. I mean, if you ask me, in our training center in Bangi, that has been equipped with a solar panel, and soon at the HQ, I think we are, wherever that we can, where energy can be captured, I think we are doing that. So we have a target. We have target to achieve a certain percentage of carbon footprint by 2027, and we are monitoring that closely. And I think there's a lot of initiative as well that we are doing within the bank that help us in terms of doing that. To answer your question directly, is there a plan? For now, I think the focus is still looking at our existing building. So directly, I think there's no immediate plan, but I think, of course, this will continuously being looked at before we finally decide it. So yeah, I hope you come to our building and experience, then you can know that it was built in 1985 and also 1995, that 2 blocks. You can feel that, it's old, but it's very welcoming. If you go to our branch, then you know why I said that I love where we work. So, but yes, I think we will, but again, like I said, continuously we will review this and update this accordingly. The third question on the QR, it is in progress. We thanks for the feedback. I also ask my team, I always ask my team, why can't we do this? I think that's in the pipeline. I don't have specifically when we're going to do this. I don't know whether my team will be able to share. I don't know when exactly we can put this on. Maybe Ryan working with, okay. So I think maybe we can share when the target date of us implementing. I know this is one last thing that we have not done. And I think the last question is about dividend. I think if I've answered you earlier during my presentation. So the reason why it was 65 last year, I think because of one-off of a banca assurance deal that we have executed. 50 to 60 is what we aim, what we guided the market. Based on what I've shared with you, if economy grow at 4.7%, and we're not changing our goalpost yet, because I think the impact is manageable, and we believe that we can still achieve our 2026 target. But again, like I said, I think this will be constantly reviewed. And as for now, we are quite confident. I mean, based on the domestic activities that we have seen, economy activities that we have seen. But of course, there will be an impact. It's not perfect. I mean, one thing that I can share with you, in earlier this year, after December 2025, our GDP forecast, we forecast GDP at 5%. So now we have lowered that down to 4.7%. Okay. Shall we take maybe one round of another question, or we do the online? Well, maybe we take one round of another question. Can I get a question from the floor again?
Good morning, Chairman and member of the board. I'm Tan, a shareholder. I would like to seek clarification on certain governance and regulatory questions. Okay. Firstly, regarding our group anti-money laundering framework, under the second schedules of UMRA, a breach of Section 58 of the CMSA for unlicensed regulated activities is classified as a serious offense. So can the board confirm if our internal controls are designed to recognize that fees or proceeds generated by unlicensed third parties on our platform could technically be classified as proceeds of unlawful activities under Section 4.1 of UMRA? Yeah. Then secondly, how does the board ensure the company is protected from the risk of being facilitators for the collection of such proceeds? This is my first question regarding the UMRA. So my second question is on the matters of the intermediary oversight. Okay. In the arrangement where a third party manages sub-accounts on our platform, what is the board's policy if that third party, without holding a capital market service license, impose volume-based or per lot charges on the ultimate beneficiary sub-account holders? Does the board compliance policy recognize that charging fee directly linked to the trade's executions constitute providing regulated service under Section 58 of CMSA? Then my third question is regarding client transparency. In these sub-account structures, where the sub-account holders, underlying traders, bears the full economic risk of the trades, what's the board position on ensuring these traders receive transaction statements directly from the PO, as opposed to relying solely on the intermediary? Does the board view the action of direct statements as a potential governance gap that could hide an authorized fee structure from the ultimate beneficiary owners? Thank you.
Okay. Maybe we take the next question from the floor. There's a 5 here. Then I need to respond. Very legalistic question. Okay. Anyone? No. Okay. Maybe I try and answer this. I also need to be very careful in making sure that I got my act and provision right. So, I mean, broad-based question, you have 3, but there's a lot of sub-question between that. Number 1 is the AML of Section 58 activities. I think we are guided strictly by the regulation. All this regulation is defined under the relevant act and provision within the specific Section 58. So I also don't remember what Section 58 is, to be honest with you, but I know that what we are relying on is a clear terms and conditions that we need to follow, because your question is asking whether the activities in relation to section, hold on, let me see whether I get your question right. Whether there's, number one, intermediaries, maybe you can stand there, like maybe I also get my compliance office. Come, if you can. If you don't mind. Thank you. Alamak. Okay. Yeah, maybe I think Mr. Tan, in the interest of time, so I'm not saying that I don't know all this answer. I have to know. I'm the CEO of the bank. But why don't I do this? Because I think you have a very specific question and certain provision. I'm going to get my team, my compliance officer, to respond to you maybe later today, or immediately after this. Is that okay? Good. We will. I think this one. I think we can something that we can put and respond in our website. Yeah, we can do that. Thank you. It's. What I want to rest assure you, Mr. Tan, that in RHB, I think we are no different than other financial institutions because we are guided strictly on the AML provision. So in terms of defining, you mentioned about the intermediary, the charging fees, the client interfaces. So all those is strictly guided or followed the law and guidelines. So we have law, we have act, we have also guideline by central bank. So allow me, if you don't mind, I believe the rest also will appreciate that. We will answer you this and we'll try to put it up on our website. Thank you so much for this. Okay, now maybe I take question from the virtual, Tansi, if you okay? No, question from the virtual question. I think this is on RHB Singapore reported PBT of 104 million Sing dollar. It is very low as compared to Maybank Singapore, who reported PBT of more than 800 million. What are the reasons? Okay, not justifying, but you must remember RHB present and Maybank present in Singapore are different. We are different. I think Maybank Singapore is qualified full bank QFB, while RHB is a full licensed bank, but we have a lot of activities we are not able to do under the full banking license compared to qualified full banking license. QFB allows a much broader retail distribution and customer access, services and participation in the Singapore payment infrastructure such as ATM and NETs. QFB also has much higher capital requirement, hence the balance sheet size is on a larger scale together with their P&L. Okay, the next question is from Tu Chi Kiong, sorry. We continuously, okay, the question is, does the group has any plan for future M&A or to expand its operation? One thing I want to share with you, when we develop Progress 27 is on BAU basis. All right. So, but that doesn't mean that we don't look at opportunities. So we continuously assess if there's any opportunity of an M&A present as part of our growth strategy. And of course, this has to be. We apply very strict strategic and financial criteria. Like I said, there's nothing specific at this juncture. We are not doing anything, but we will act on opportunities to create the long-term value of the shareholders. Okay. The next question, group insurance PBT. This group insurance PBT 81 to. Please explain why. Okay. Profitability has continuously been our focus. In 2025, there were non-renewal of several large policies. I think that's also contributed to the lower GWP, gross written premium. Excluding this one off, RHB achieved an underlying growth of 3% year on year. The business growth was also in sustainable portfolio, which consequently saw higher net written premium and alongside better claims experience and stronger investment return. Okay, next question is from Theo Kensen. Despite the improvement in CASA, I believe I've answered this, right, as to how we defend our margin. Maybe I can go to the next question, also by Theo Kensen. GIL, I believe GIL also, I've talked a lot about GIL as to how we're going to face that. Thank you for the question. The next question after that is from Yap Jialing. What with the current uncertainty environment? Okay, this one also I have mentioned. I think continuously we're going to be very selective and grow in the right segment of the business to protect to improve our GIL further, and of course targeted, timely and targeted assistance to particularly for our customers is very key. We are doing it proactively. Next question is from Lau Kung Ho, referring to our group company retail income rose 6% year on year to 3 billion, supported by NOII and NII. The question is what drove the margin compression? So I believe, I think you are aware that we recorded positive income growth with encouraging momentum. However, cost allocation to the division has risen. So you know, with us implementing, you saw a cost growth in IT of 11%, and then you also see that we are also at the beginning of the year, there's also NIM compression due to OPR cut. All this thing has reduced the overall profitability. But having said that, we see a very positive, strong trajectory from the community banking. This is combined with our cost containment. We want to become more efficient in delivering all our services. I think that's also helped us in terms of getting the right customers, right segment of customers, and at the same time improving our asset quality profile. So that will help to support or to maintain our margin, and recovery is also one of the key areas that we'll be focusing. I believe, Tan Sri, I think this is the last question from the online. So maybe one last round, if there's any question from the floor. If not, Tan Sri, I think that's that. Thank you so much, Tan Sri. I mean, I pass the floor back to you. But Mr. Tan will come back to you on this. Don't worry. The question is with me.
Thank you, Dato'. With that, the Q&A session is now closed. If there are questions we have yet to be answered or that require further clarification, we will provide responses to the respective shareholders and proxies via email in due course. I will now proceed with the agenda at hand. The first item on the agenda is to receive the audited financial statement of the company for the financial year ended 31st December 2025, together with the directors and auditors' report thereon. Ladies and gentlemen, the audited financial statement, together with the directors and auditors' report thereon, for the financial year ended 31st December 2025, have accordingly been issued to you, together with notice convening this AGM. I presume that you have had the opportunity to peruse through the respective report. In accordance with Section 340, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Companies Act 2016, the audited financial statement, together with the directors and auditors' report, are now laid before the meeting. And as the formal approval of the shareholders is not required for this agenda item, the matter is not put forward for voting. Before we proceed to the next agenda item, I wish to put on record that the audited financial statement of the company and matters related thereto have been duly presented to the shareholders and proxies during the presentation on the group financial performance. Matters arising therefrom were duly highlighted by the Group MD and extensively discussed during the Q&A session. With that, we shall now proceed to the next agenda item. Agenda item 2. Agenda item 2 relates to the re-election of retiring directors. Pursuant to the clause 94 of the company's constitution, 1/3 of the directors shall retire from office every year and being eligible may offer themselves for re-election. The profile of all retiring directors are set out in the Integrated Report 2025, mainly on pages 145 to 147. Agenda item 2, subsection 1. Under Ordinary Resolution 1, Mr. Lim Chen Teck shall retire pursuant to clause 94 of the company constitution and being eligible has offered himself for re-election. Can I invite Mr. Lim Chen Teck, who is participating virtually, to raise his hand so that shareholders and proxies can identify? Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Lim. And may I have a proposal, please? Thank you. And may I have a seconder? Okay, thank you. Agenda item 2, subsection 2. We will now proceed to Ordinary Resolution 2, which relates to the re-election of Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ian John Low, retiring by rotation pursuant to clause 94 of the company's constitution. Yang Berbahagia Datuk Ian shall retire pursuant to clause 94 of the company's constitution and being eligible has offered himself for re-election. Can I invite Datuk Ian to stand up so that shareholder proxy can identify him? Yeah. Okay, thank you, Datuk. May I have a proposal, please? Okay, thank you. And may I have a seconder? Okay, thank you. As the next agenda item relates to my re-election as a director, pursuant to clause 94 of the company's constitution, under Ordinary Resolution 3, I will recuse myself from the proceeding for this item. Accordingly, I shall now pass the chair to Ms. Ong Eileen, the Senior Independent Directors, to preside over the said next resolution.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia, Tan Sri Chairman. I will now preside over the next agenda item. Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Ahmad Badri shall also retire pursuant to clause 94 of the company's constitution and being eligible has offered himself for re-election under Ordinary Resolution 3. I believe Tan Sri Ahmad Badri needs no introduction, as I'm sure he's well known to everyone present. May I have a proposer? May I have a seconder? Thank you. With that, I shall now hand the chair back to Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Ahmad Badri to resume the conduct of the meeting for the ensuing agenda items.
Thank you, Ms. Ong. As set out in the notice of the meeting, members were informed that Ms. Ong Eileen, having reached the 9-year tenure limit under the guideline on tenure of appointment or reappointment of non-executive director of RHB Banking Group, has expressed her intention not to seek re-election at this AGM. Accordingly, Ms. Ong will retire at the conclusion of this 60th AGM. On behalf of the board, I would like to place on record our deepest appreciation and sincere gratitude to Ms. Ong for her exemplary service, for an invaluable contribution, unwavering commitment throughout her tenure with the bank. Her insight and contribution have been highly valued, and we wish her every success and all the very best in her future endeavor. And on this note, may I invite Ms. Ong Eileen to address the members with her parting words.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Chairman. It's been an honor and privilege to have been able to serve you the shareholders of RHB as an independent director over the past 9 years. I thank you for your confidence in me. I would also like to thank my fellow board directors, Tan Sri Chairman, members of the board, senior management, in fact all management, and staff of RHB for your support over these years. I wish everyone and RHB every success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hong. Agenda 3, Ordinary Resolution 4. The following item on the agenda is the payment of directors' fees and board committees' allowances to the non-executive directors for the period from 6 years AGM to the 61st AGM of the company. The fee structure proposed under this resolution is the same fee structure approved by the shareholders at the AGM held on 8 May 2025. Accordingly, no increase in director fee and board committees allowances are proposed this year. Further details are set out in exemplary note 3 of the AGM notice. May I have a proposal, please? And may I have a seconder? Thank you. Agenda 4, there is Ordinary Resolution 5. Ordinary Resolution 5 relates to the payment of directors' remuneration, which excluding director fees and board committees allowances, of an amount of up to 2.6 million to the non-executive directors for the period from the 6 years AGM to the 61st AGM of the company. The remuneration referred to under this resolution includes, among others, meeting attendance allowances, a farewell port scheme, directors and officers' liability insurance coverage, personal accident insurance, as well as electronic devices and technology peripheral for use during meetings. In determining the estimated total amount of remuneration, excluding director fee and board committees allowances, payable to the non-executive directors, the board consider various factors, particularly the numbers of board and board committees meeting, both scheduled and unscheduled, as well as the number of non-executive directors participating in such meeting, which together constitute a major part of the overall remuneration. Further details are set out in exemplary note 3 of the AGM notice. And may I have a proposal, please? And may I have a seconder? Thank you. Agenda 5, there is Ordinary Resolution 6. Ordinary Resolution 6 is on the reappointment of Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers as auditor of the company to hold office until the conclusion of the next AGM of the companies at a remuneration to be determined by the directors. The Board Audit Committee, or BAC, at its meeting held on 22nd January 2026, conducted its annual assessment of Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers in accordance with the Bank Negara Guideline on External Auditors. The assessment covered a wide spectrum of matters such as performance, suitability, independence, and objectivity of the external auditor, evaluated again the qualifying criteria for the reappointments of auditors and term of audit engagement. Having satisfied itself with the performance of Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers and their fulfillment of criteria set out in Bank Negara Guideline on External Auditors, the BAC recommended the reappointment of Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers as the external auditor of the companies for the financial year ending 31 December 2026. Subsequently, the board, at its meeting held on 28 January 2026, approve the BSC recommendation for the shareholders' approval to be sought at the 60th AGM of the companies under Ordinary Resolution 6. Ladies and gentlemen, our retiring auditors, Mrs. PricewaterhouseCoopers, have expressed their willingness to continue in office as auditors of the company. The board is also seeking the shareholder approval to authorize the director to fix the remuneration of the external auditors for the financial year ending 31st December 2026. And may I have a proposal, please? And may I have a seconder? Thank you. Agenda 6, that is Ordinary Resolution 7. Ladies and gentlemen, Ordinary Resolution 7 seeks to renew the general mandate to the directors of the company to issue ordinary shares of the company from time to time pursuant to Section 75 and 76 of the Companies Act 2016. The resolution, if passed, will authorize the director of the company to issue ordinary shares in the capital of the company from time to time, provided that the aggregate number of shares issued pursuant to this resolution does not exceed 10% of the total number of issued shares of the company from the time being general mandate, without the need to convene a general meeting. The general mandate, unless revoked or varied at the general meeting, shall expire at the conclusion of the next AGM of the company. The general mandate will enable the directors to take swift action inter alia in undertaking corporate exercise or in the event that business opportunity or other circumstances arise which involve the issuance of new shares. This will allow the company to avoid delays and unnecessary costs associated with the convening of general meeting to approve such issuance of shares. And may I have a proposal, please? And may I have a seconder? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now dealt with all the items on the agenda. And can I ask Mr. Azman, is there any other matter consideration at the AGM?
Thank you, Tan Sri. We did not receive any notice of any other business to be transacted. Thank you, Tan Sri.
Thank you, Mr. Azman. Ladies and gentlemen, as all resolutions have been duly tabled and there is no other business to be transacted, we shall now proceed with the voting session. Please cast your vote before the poll is closed in 10 minutes' time. Thereafter, the poll administrator will proceed with the counting of the vote, which will then be verified by the independent scrutineers, and that may take another 15 minutes. I will now adjourn the AGM for approximately 25 minutes for the casting and counting of vote. I also wish to inform the meeting that I have also been appointed to act as a proxy for numbers of shareholders, and I shall vote in accordance with the instruction given.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
Encik cuma perlu cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami tak?
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. Yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama. Dan tahu cara untuk membina legasi anda tanpa pernah meninggalkan sisi anda. Ketahui lebih lanjut mengenai produk pengurusan harta Islam kami yang berlandaskan prinsip syariah di rhbgroup.com.
RHB Multi-Currency Visa Debit Card. 34 currencies in one card. Sign up now.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami tak?
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. Yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama. Dan tahu cara untuk membina legasi anda tanpa pernah meninggalkan sisi anda. Ketahui lebih lanjut mengenai produk pengurusan harta Islam kami yang berlandaskan prinsip syariah di rhbgroup.com.
RHB Multi-Currency Visa Debit Card. 34 currencies in one card. Sign up now.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
Encik cuma perlu cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami tak?
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. Yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama. Dan tahu cara untuk membina legasi anda tanpa pernah meninggalkan sisi anda. Ketahui lebih lanjut mengenai produk pengurusan harta Islam kami yang berlandaskan prinsip syariah di rhbgroup.com.
RHB Multi-Currency Visa Debit Card. 34 currencies in one card. Sign up now.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
Encik cuma perlu cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. Yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama. Dan tahu cara untuk membina legasi anda tanpa pernah meninggalkan sisi anda. Ketahui lebih lanjut mengenai produk pengurusan harta Islam kami yang berlandaskan prinsip syariah di rhbgroup.com.
RHB Multi-Currency Visa Debit Card. 34 currencies in one card. Sign up now.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
Encik cuma perlu cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami tak?
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. Yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama. Dan tahu cara untuk membina legasi anda tanpa pernah meninggalkan sisi anda. Ketahui lebih lanjut mengenai produk pengurusan harta Islam kami yang berlandaskan prinsip syariah di rhbgroup.com.
RHB Multi-Currency Visa Debit Card. 34 currencies in one card. Sign up now.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kami dari RHB, Kak.
RHB?
Encik cuma perlu cap jari dekat sini je.
Ayah nak keluarkan duit sebab sakit. Tapi dia tak larat. RHB, boleh tolong kami tak?
Kehidupan adalah suatu perjalanan yang lebih bermakna dengan adanya teman di sisi yang mengambil berat tentang perkembangan anda. yang tahu perkara yang penting bagi anda. Berpegang kepada kepercayaan yang sama.
Ladies and gentlemen, the independent scrutineers has verified the poll result. Let us resume the AGM for announcement of the poll result. For ordinary resolution 1 to 7, the number of shares or percentages voted in favor of the resolution and voted against the resolution are displayed on the screen. Consequently, I declare ordinary resolution 1 to 7 carried. Ladies and gentlemen, as the AGM has now come to an end, on behalf of the board and management, I would like to extend our sincere appreciation and gratitude to all shareholders and proxies for your continued support of RHB Bank and for your active participation at this AGM. Since there is no other business to be transacted at this AGM, I now declare the meeting closed.